What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to talk about Scott Adams, who is the creator of Dilbert. And obviously the first question is, what's Dilbert? And Dilbert was, or is, a comic that runs in newspapers. And, okay, obviously first, what is a newspaper? If you're under 20, you might not even know what a newspaper is. Us old people used to get the news by the form of papers every day, and on these newspapers they would have comics, little funny like pictures with writing on them, like little jokes or whatever, and Dilbert was one of those comics. And the creator of the Dilbert comic was, or is, Scott Adams, still alive. I said was, as if he's not around. Anyhow, that started in like 1989, I believe, the Dilbert comic, and so it's been running ever since. And whatever newspapers are left, not a lot of people read the newspaper anymore, but there's certain big ones. I don't know, New York Times, LA Times. There's some big newspapers that still run, and obviously there's some that still run the Dilbert comic up until, I got boogers on my nose. It's cold, it's snowing, so I got the winter boogers. I apologize to all my fans out there. So the Dilbert comic was still running, and the guy Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, he has his own YouTube channel, like a lot of people, and he just I think he does like live videos, and he just talks about random stuff, kind of like I do, but he's famous, big difference. And so he was just making a video like I do, talking to himself. And I watched some of the video, especially specifically the part talking where the comments were made, and he supposedly made racist comments. I think I've skipped that so far, sorry. So he supposedly made racist comments in this video. This video is like, I don't know, like 20 minutes long. So I just kind of skipped to the part where he was talking about the stuff. And so I wanted to give my take on it. And so always my first reaction, whenever the media comes out and says, oh, so-and-so says something racist, I'm always skeptical. It's like, is it really racist? I mean, I don't even like, honestly, I don't even like the new definition of racism. People try to define racism nowadays as like prejudice or stereotypes, or I don't like black people, or I don't like Hispanic people. Okay, that's not racism. Okay, the real definition of racism is the belief that certain races are inferior or superior to other races just based on their race. Okay, that's the real racism, right? And people have used that for probably thousands of years to like enslave people or whatever. Oh, we believe this color or that color of people are inferior, so we can enslave them, no big deal, right? That's real racism. Anyhow, the racism they mean in modern times is like, oh, they said something prejudiced, like, oh, stay away from Hispanic people, or don't eat Mexican food, or something like that. Okay, so what he said, I watched the video and he said it. He was talking about this poll that he's seen on the news. I believe the company that did the poll was called Rasputin, and they polled whoever they polled. I don't know if it was an online poll. It's probably an online poll. But it could have been in person, I don't know. But they polled people, supposedly they polled black people, and one of the questions they asked black people is, do you think it's okay to be white? Oh, that's the Franz truck, yeah. They asked the people, do you think it's okay to be white? Something like 57% said, yeah, it's okay to be white. Some like 27% said, no, it's not okay to be white. And another like 20-some% said, I don't know, right? And so Scott Adams took this as like, well, nearly half the people in the poll said that either they don't think that it's okay to be white, or that they don't know. And he took that, well, 50% of the people, black people in that poll, don't like white people. And so his response to that was, well, you know what? I'm sick of trying to defend or support black people. Stay away from all black people. He literally said that. Not, hey, watch out who you go around. Maybe the black people you talk to, maybe they don't like you. Maybe the black people you're trying to help, they don't like you. Not some, not the majority, all black people. Okay, so that's what he said, right? And so that's what the big stir is. And so because he said that, the newspapers, that's not our bus. Okay, the newspapers came out and they're like, hey, we're removing the comic because he said racist stuff. And so that's been the stirrup in the news lately. Other people might get off. That might be that's been the stirrup in the news lately. the newspaper companies removing him.
We want the two. We want the two.
Because he said that, right? Okay, so now, for one, as far as whether it's racist or not, like I said, no. It's not the real definition of racism, because he wasn't specifically saying, hey, I think, black people are inferior to white people or nothing like that. So it's not the true definition of racism. It's more of along the lines of prejudicial racism or stereotypical racism. He made mention of, oh, you're more like, he said himself that he lives in a predominantly white neighborhood because it's more likely crime is going to be committed in a black neighborhood, so he'd rather live around white people. And so, again, he recommends you, or to anyone who watches this video, just to stay away from all black people. Okay, so it's that kind of racism. So, my opinion on that is, one, so in the United States, we have the freedom of speech, so he's allowed to say whatever he wants, he's not going to get arrested or nothing like that. And that's his opinion. I respect that. That's how you believe. You want to just be around all white people, and you don't like black people, I don't care. That's your opinion, However, these newspaper companies, they're private companies, they're not the government, and so they have a right to publish or not publish whatever they want in their newspapers. And so they said, okay, well, we don't want to associate with you anymore, and so they're going to remove him from, their newspapers. So like I said, he has a right to say whatever he wants, and the newspapers, they have the right to publish or not publish whatever they want, and they did that. So as far as that's concerned, that's said and done. That's America in a nutshell. You can say whatever you want. And, if you have sponsors, or if anything that you do or whatever is published, publicly published, those public publishers could say, hey, go F yourself. We're not dealing with you anymore. We're not paying you no more. Contracts done, etc. So they did that, right? Okay. Now, as far as what he said about staying away from all black people and all this and that, I mean, you got to understand where I come from. I come from California. Okay, first of all, I come from a state that's a mixture of pretty much everybody. Black, white, Latinos or Hispanics, whatever you want to call us, Asians and Arabs and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so when someone tells you, oh, you got to stay away from all of one race, whatever it is, it doesn't make sense, because it's like, those are your neighbors. Those are the people, you see at the grocery store. A black person could be your doctor. An Arab person could be your doctor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's just ignorant to me when someone says, oh, my bus is coming. It's ignorant to me when someone says, stay away from everybody. And me personally, I'm not going to move out into the middle of nowhere. Hold on, get on the bus. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, bus. You want to stay right here? Oh, you want?
Just remember one stop, she said.
Okay. It's okay.
Stop requested.
Still recording. Basically, I'm telling them the end of my video is that I'm not going to stay away from all people based on race, on religion, or whatever, because the places I live in have all kinds of races and all kinds of religions, people with different morals and beliefs or whatever. So for me, it's ridiculous. But I mean, if that's what you want to do, then, do it. I mean, there's countries that you go to that are all white or all Asian or all black or majority. You want to do that, you go there. You want to be around all of one specific of anything, I mean, you can find it somewhere in the world, but that's what makes you happy. But that's not what I want to do. I wouldn't recommend it. I like cultural diversity, because for food and for ideas and stuff like that. So I like being around a lot of people. But anyhow, you make a public opinion like that, and if you're a public person, famous person, who has contracts with other companies, those just as you have a right to say whatever you want, those countries have a right to end that contract with you, as they did. So, I'm not offended or I'm mad at anybody. I mean, he didn't say anything about Hispanic people. I wouldn't, even if he said about Hispanic people, I wouldn't have been mad anyways. It's like, well, that's what you believe in, Say he said, oh, I don't like Mexican people. Okay, well, stay away from Mexican people. Don't live in New York or you know, or well, not New York. New York has more like Cubans and Puerto Ricans and stuff like that. But yeah, if you didn't like Mexican people, then, you know, stay out of all the southern states. Don't live in Texas or California or Mexico or anywhere around there, you know. Move to Canada or something like that. All right, you know. So, I mean, that's his opinion, and I respect him for that. But I also respect the rights of those companies to terminate their contract with him because they don't want to be associated with that. Just like, I mean, if I had a big company, I wouldn't want to be associated. If I had a big newspaper company, or like if I was the head of Walmart and I was promoting someone, and someone, I'm just thinking, just think of Walmart. Say Walmart, say they were promoting that guy, right? And he came out and say, oh, stay away from all black people. Walmart doesn't want to be associated with that. A lot of their customers are black, or white, or Hispanic, or Asian, or whatever. They don't want to be associated with that, so they're going to terminate the contract with them. That's just business. It's just business, man. You got terminated, but you probably got a lot of money still, so you don't really care. You live in your all-white neighborhood, in your rich neighborhood, and you could choose who your doctor is. If you wanted to be a white doctor, you could choose who washes your dog's butt if you wanted to be a white person. So, hey, good on you. You're rich, you have that option. But for us poor people, we don't have that option. We deal with what's around us, our environment, our circumstances. So, that's how it is. See you guys next video.